Long ago, people faced a hard truth. Water was not always safe. Rivers looked clear, but they could still make people sick. Wells could turn bad after storms. And when war, travel, or disaster cut off clean water, survival became a race against thirst. But hidden in old survival notes was a strange trick. It looked too simple too. Be real, just two pieces of metal, a little earth, a small flow of water. Yet the result was shocking. The water that came out was cleaner than before, much cleaner. This quiet idea became known as the earth filter. Few people talk about it today, fewer still understand how it works. But once you see the secret, you will never forget it, because the answer was not magic. It was science hiding in plain sight. To understand the earth filter, we must start with something simple. Metals do not all behave the same in water. When two different metals touch, something interesting happens. A tiny electric force forms between them. You cannot see it, you cannot hear it, but it is there. This small flow of energy can change the water around it. In survival science, this is called a galvanic reaction. It sounds complex, but the idea is simple. One metal slowly gives away tiny particles, the other metal pulls energy through the water. Together, they create a small cleaning zone. In that zone, many harmful things begin to break apart. Germs struggle to survive, some metals drop out of the water, even strange smells can fade. Old engineers knew about this effect long ago. In fact, small versions of this trick were used in early water treatment experiments. Copper and iron were common choices. Copper is known for something important. It can damage many bacteria and microbes. Iron, on the other hand, reacts strongly with oxygen and water. When these two metals touch and sit inside wet soil, the soil becomes part of the system. The earth slows the water down, the metals react, and together they create a natural filter bed. Water moving through this space changes step by step, dirt stays behind, microbes struggle to survive. By the time the water reaches the end, it can be far safer than when it entered. The soil in the earth filter plays a quiet but powerful role. Soil is not just dirt, it is a maze of tiny paths. Water moves slowly through it. As it travels, sand grains trap particles, clay layers catch even smaller pieces, organic matter holds on to strange chemicals. The process takes time, but time is exactly what makes the system work. The slower the water moves, the more chances nature has to clean it. When the metals are added to this underground path, the effect becomes stronger. The tiny electric reaction spreads through the wet soil. Microbes begin to weaken. Some metals in the water turn solid and stay behind in the ground. Many people think filters must look modern to work well. Plastic tubes, pumps, and cartridges fill today's survival kits, but the earth filter shows a different path. It works with gravity, soil, and chemistry. No electricity is needed from a wall. No machines must spin. The only power source is the natural reaction between two metals and the slow movement of water through earth. That simplicity is exactly why versions of this idea appeared again and again in history. Remote villages used buried charcoal and metal layers. Field engineers tested metal plates inside sand filters. Even early ship crews experimented with metal-lined water barrels to slow bacterial growth. But it is important to understand something clearly. The earth filter does not make poison disappear instantly. It works best as part of a layered approach. Soil traps dirt, metal reactions weaken microbes, oxygen and time finish the job. In many old survival guides, the final step was still boiling the water if fire was available. That extra step killed anything that might remain. Yet even before boiling, the water coming out of a slow earth system was already far cleaner than untreated river water. This difference alone could mean survival in a crisis. Scientists today still study metal reactions in water cleaning. Copper surfaces can damage the outer layers of bacteria. Iron reactions can create particles that grab contaminants and pull them out of the water. When both metals sit in moist soil, these effects combine. The earth becomes a quiet laboratory. Each drop of water that passes through experiences tiny chemical changes. It is slow, it is simple, but it works because nature already knows how to clean water when given enough time and the right materials. What makes the earth filter fascinating is not just the chemistry, it is the philosophy behind it. Instead of forcing water through machines, the system works with natural processes. Gravity moves the water, soil filters it, metals guide chemical reactions, oxygen helps finish the cleaning work. Nothing is rushed in survival thinking. Slow and steady systems often win. They break less, they need fewer parts, and they keep working even when modern supply chains collapse. Imagine a traveler long ago, no plastic bottles, no water tablets, only a stream that might carry sickness. With a little digging, two pieces of metal, and patience, that traveler could create a safer water path beneath the ground. Water enters dirty. It moves slowly through earth and metal. It emerges clearer, calmer, and far less dangerous than before. That quiet trick is the heart of the earth filter. Today, the lesson still matters. Technology can fail, power can disappear, but the laws of nature remain. Two metals touching in wet earth will still create a small electric force. Soil will still slow water and trap dirt, and microbes will still struggle in copper-rich environments. These simple truths remind us that survival knowledge often hides in the oldest ideas. So the next time you see clear water, remember something important. Clear does not always mean clean, but with patience, earth, and the right materials, nature can help fix what looks impossible. The earth filter was never magic. It was simply a quiet partnership between metal, soil, and time, and sometimes the smallest hidden forces are the ones that keep people alive.